Researchers prove that emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the most important factor in a workplace, yet it is never taught in schools. Emotional Intelligence by Jeremy Wicks provides an overview on what emotional intelligence is, as well as how to measure it and improve it. This piece was published in 2025 by the Salem Press. Wicks defines EQ as the ability to understand and manage your own emotions, as well as recognize and influence those emotions in other people. IQ, or intelligence quotient, is a measurement of cognitive abilities and a person's intellectual potential compared to a peer group. IQ focuses on influencing academic achievements, analytical decision-making, and technical skills, whereas EQ is the development of leadership, teamwork, interpersonal relationships, and communication. While both qualities are important, researchers have proven that EQ skills are what are most important in school and workplace environments. This is important because Gen Z reports to have the lowest of EQ skills among all previous generations. They measure the lowest in skills like independence, problem solving, and stress tolerance. As you can see here, it is significantly lower than previous generations have been. I'm credible to talk about this speech because I've taken a college level course that goes into the depth on social skills and relationships, as well as done excessive research on the topic. In this speech, I will go over the importance of EQ and skills and what a high IQ can do, as well as why IQ has been adapted over EQ and ways we can implement these into school policy. There are many different ways in which EQ is an important skill to develop. These skills include the building of social skills and connections, contributing to a positive workforce, and helping create positive coping mechanisms when dealing with mental health issues. Emotional intelligence, the key to thriving, lock in 4 pillars of EQ: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and communication. Talks about this different concepts of emotional intelligence to help people thrive in the real world. This was published in 2023 on December 1st by Kirkus Reviews. This article implies that having a developed social skill and communication improves self-regulation, communication, and empathy. By being able to be self-aware of your emotions, a person is more likely to control and express themselves in a positive way. This reduces misunderstandings in conversations in others, as well as creates a sense of understanding and empathy for another person's situation. The ability to self-regulate also enables a person to talk more calmly during stressful situations, as well as choosing the right time to have these tough conversations. Another reason EQ is an important skill to develop is that these skills help contribute to a positive work environment. The idea is underscored in Workplace Success Starts with Emotional Intelligence by Aaron Bro, which discusses the importance of emotional intelligence in a workplace. It was published in 2025 on July 17th by Yale School of Medicine. Leaders with a high EQ understand what motivates their team members individually and use these skills to help their team succeed. A leader with a high EQ also notices when something is wrong and is able to remain calm in these stressful situations. Having a high EQ can also boost team performance within a workplace. Being part of a collaborative environment helps boost productivity as well as being able to problem solve efficiently. The final way EQ should be developed is EQ helps students deal with mental health problems in a positive way. Students that are able to understand how they feel have an increased likelihood of being able to ask for help when they are struggling. Students also develop resilience and stress management, as well as developing a higher level of self-esteem. EQ is an important skill to have because it helps students build social skills and connections, helps contribute to a positive work environment, as well as helps students deal with mental health issues in a positive way. Well, the question is, why has IQ been prioritized over EQ in the past? Over the past decade, IQ has been perceived as an indicator of success. IQ is connected to cognitive ability, which researchers have linked to academic success. In the early 20th century, the first form of an intelligence test was created by a French psychologist named Alfred Binet. Alfred Binet in the History of IQ Testing by Kendra Cherry provides the history behind IQ testing. This article was published on January 29, 2025 by the People Inc. In 1916, Lewis Terman, a psychologist from Stanford, created the Binet-Simon test, which was the first standardized test in the United States that measured cognitive ability and intelligence. EQ did not become a term until the 1980s. These early scientists favored cognitive ability over emotional ability. Because EQ is a relatively new term, it is not as well understood. IQ is connected to academic achievement, rationality, and technical skill, which is necessary for success in today's world. IQ is easier to measure. As you can see here, these are skills of both IQ and EQ. Whereas IQ measures things like memory, mathematical reasoning, vocabulary, and logic, EQ involves emotions like empathy, self-regulation, awareness, and relationship skills, which are harder to measure. EQ is also situational and changes skills according to different scenarios. IQ is stable across all fields, like at home or work. The ability to understand IQ is important, but the ability to understand your own and others' emotions is essential. Well, how can we focus on developing EQ? We can focus on developing EQ by creating more EQ-based skill programs in schools. These are called social emotional learning programs, or SEL. An example of this type of program would be the Mind Up program, which was created by the Goldie Hawn Foundation and focuses on self-regulation and understanding the brain. This program has been proven to increase the attention span of the students that use it, as well as decreasing mental health problems. Another way we can develop on building EQ is to train teachers to be more socially aware in EQ practices. This improves classroom management and efficiency, as well as teachers with a high IQ are also able to build strong relationships with their students, which helps resolve conflict smoothly. This matters because students learn by example, and they learn more easily when they feel their emotions feel safe and validated. EQ should also be implemented into classroom routines. Emotions directly affect how students learn, and by creating a safe environment where emotions are expressed healthily in a healthy demeanor, it gives students a chance to practice these skills before they enter the real world. Implementing EQ into classrooms also helps reduce behavioral issues, which strengthens discipline and peer relationships. There are many ways we can turn school into a safe environment for all students. In conclusion, EQ is an important type of intelligence that is crucial and should be a priority to develop in schools. EQ is an important skill for students to learn because it helps build social connections and skills, contributes to a positive work environment, and helps students deal with mental health issues in a positive way. EQ helps build self-regulating methods, which helps students build communication and introduces empathy. EQ contributes to a positive workforce because it builds effective leaders and can boost team performance. And finally, EQ is important because it helps students deal with their mental health issues in a positive way, and they have the ability to recognize their own emotions and ask for help. I then answered the question, why has IQ been implemented over EQ in the past? IQ has been perceived as an indicator of success, which is easier to measure than EQ. EQ skills change based on the situation, whereas IQ is stable across all fields like home and work. Finally, I focus on policies we can implement that make our school environment safer. We can develop EQ-based skill programs that have been proven to increase the attention span of students that are a part of that, as well as decreasing mental health issues. Another solution is to make sure teachers have a good understanding of EQ. This way they lead by example and students have someone to look up to. The last reason is to implement EQ skills into classrooms. By doing this, students get to practice these skills before they enter into the real world. Thank you all for listening. I encourage you to practice these EQ skills so you can be successful in the future.